So now if anybody has for the money is equal that or higher, give the zakat. So who's going to give the zakat now? You shall give zakat. Rakib, you give zakat. You give the zakat. You don't give the zakat. 1,500, that's less than 4,000.
I received the zakat.
Million.
And that's another chapter.
Smart,
Man. Yeah. You're with me? So far? All right? So now, that's how you determine the value, the nisab. How much money you have. So now you see people, those people who, they have 7,000, like, no, zakat, 7,000, I'm not rich. And they never pay the zakat. That's a problem. You see?
Always we have to count the current value, right?
What is it?
Always we have to, the valuation, the gold is as a current value. What is the market value right now?
Yes, yes. Because let's say I sold a car, for example, for $5,000. You sold the car for $3,500. And you put that money on the side, and I put it on the side. I did not need it. 1 year go by. Do I give the zakat or not? Me, I give the zakat. You don't have to. Based on today's value. Okay? So you may find in the same masjid, some people, today is 1 year that go by. Some people, they still have 6 months to go. Some they have like 3 days to go. It's not because one person is giving the zakat, you have to give it. No. If you have a property that you own, some money that you are not using. Let's say we give some example, somebody sold a car too for 10,000. But in the first of, it was today, the 20th. But we see that's the problem. We don't go by this, we don't go by this foreign things. Yeah, we have to go by the Muslim calendar. So 21st of Safar, 1440, somebody sold a car, a house, whatever, and he have some money. And he hold on to that money. He didn't touch it until today. Now he has to look at the value of gold I told you, which is like 4,065 point something. I saw it over there. See, that's what I'm saying? Then, if that money that he's holding to is less than that amount, no zakat. If it equal that amount of 4,065 and above, he give 2.5% of that. Let's say somebody last year he sold a house for $150,000. All right, $150,000, and he had that money since Safar 21st of last year. And he has it until like last week. Last week, he used it to buy another house. This guy paid the zakat or not? No. He don't pay the zakat. Because a week before the haul, he don't have it anymore. Is that clear? Mm-hmm. Now, here is the issue. What about, because we, especially here in America, you don't have that 100,000 sitting all year, right? You don't have that 50,000 sitting all year. What do you have? You have a job. You know, I'm not talking about people that have business now. I'm talking about regular job people. You have a job. That job pay $200,000 a year or more, or pay $25,000 a year, doesn't matter. Whatever that job you have, that's all you have. Nobody gave you $100,000. There's sitting over there. You always go look at it. Oh, he's still there. La. You have a job, which means you get paid and you pay the bills, right? And what happened after you pay the bills? There is some left over. One paycheck is $600. The other guy $1,100. This guy $300. The other guy $20. Right or wrong? Okay, that's what you do. Okay, after 3 months, mashallah, you're saving. You look at your savings like, Allahu Akbar, I got $7,000 saving, whatever. Then the car breaks down. 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later, 5 months later, 6 months later, 7 months later, 8 months later, 9 months later, 10 months later, 11 months later, 12 months later, 13 months later, 14 months later, 15 months later, 16 months later, 17 months later, 18 months later, 19 months later, 20 months later, 21 months later, 22 months later, 23 months later, 24 months later, 25 months later, 26 months later, 27 months later, 28 months later, 29 months later, 30 months later, 31 months later, 32 months later, 33 months later, 34 months later, 35 months later, 36 months later, 37 months later, 38 months later, 39 months later, 40 months later, 41 months la Now you needed $9,000 to buy a car. Not only did you spend all your savings with the $7,000, and you borrowed what? $2,000. So meaning you're up and down. Sometimes you're saving nice money, sometimes you have to use it. And you're saving money and you have to go to Umrah. Wife and children say, hey, everybody's going for Umrah, why can't we go to Umrah? Especially if your wife know what you have. You're like, well, you know, time is tight. Tight? I see you got $27,000, brother. What you gonna do with it? You're just sitting over there. Let's take children to make Umrah and mashallah and drink some Zamzam and all that. You see? Watch out, he's coming. He's like, I'm like, change the combination now. All right? Change the shoebox, okay? Alhamdulillah. And then you spend it, no problem. Okay? We ask the ulama, and all they say, if this is the case, you're a person who has a job, alhamdulillah, but you know, every month you save a little bit here and there, but then in the same way, your mom need money, you send them money, poor, you give money to the masjid, mashallah, you support orphans and needy, but you still, even doing all of that, but you still, Allah making it easy for you, and you still saving some money. Choose one day a year, because you don't have one amount that's going to go 1 year go by, because it keep changing. Choose one day a year, any day. Let's say we choose an easy day, the 1st of Ramadan, or the Eid. Let's say if you choose the first day of Ramadan, because it's easy, you're not going to, because you choose the 25th of Safar, you may not even know, right or wrong. But the 1st of Ramadan, everybody, 1.5 billion, they're going to remind you. All of them looking for the hilal or this, and they're looking for the hilal, you're looking for the zakat value. You see how it is? So he says you choose one day out of the year. Let's say it's Ramadan. And that's what I do by the way. The first day of Ramadan, that day, first I look at the value of the gold, the 8,500 grams. Let's say it's, 85. I said 100? Oh, yeah. No, 85. Sorry, 85. Not 8,500 grams. People on Spreaker, 85. It's my mistake. Then, let's say it's $4,000. And then I will look at now I go to my savings. I have something in the bank that day. Let's say in the bank I have $2,700. My pocket I have $300. In my house I have some other money. I count it all together, it came to $3,800. I don't have to give the zakat. If it came to more than the value of the 85 grams, I give 2.5%. Remember I told you also the ulama, they says you can use the value of silver as well, which is not 595 grams. And if you choose if you look, it's going to be maybe like $400 or $500. How much the value of 595 grams of silver? Huh? Doesn't matter. If you choose one day, even if you just get paid yesterday, you count it. Because you're just doing one day for the whole year. Any money that you have that day, even if you just collected yesterday, you count it.
And also, do you add also the money that if somebody owes you money?
That's another issue.
Okay.
Let's not confuse them. Just leave it simple, inshallah. That's a very good question, but it needs some time. No?
Is it true for the business also?
No. I told you it's not the business. I told you only person who have a job and savings. And also if a person, for example, he has a business, but he takes money from that business.
How many grams?
595. Huh?
3,300.
No, not 300, not 3,000. 336. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's around 400. No, it's like $336.
How many grams?
595.
Grams?
Yes, of silver.
it depends
How
on.
much is it?
No, I don't think so.
330.
Yeah, 336. That's what it is.
How much is the gram?
Silver is very. It's like the silver is now is very low.
$7 a gram.
.56? Oh, 0.56. So 50 cents.
Yes. Listen, silver is like that now.
So gold is
Some other times silver may be more than gold, but right now silver is way low than gold. Okay, that's something that's been for a while. Some of the ulama, they says you look at the value of gold and you look at the value of silver and choose the lowest of them. That's better. That's the better for the poor. Let's say if I'm saving, let's say if we take the value of gold, which is how much was 4,000.6. Let's say that's 4,000, and the value of silver 336. You know how many people, if they go with the gold, a lot of people in that bracket between 336 and 4,000, they're not going to pay the zakat. The one with 3,900 is not going to pay the zakat. 3,500 no zakat. 25 no zakat. 15 no zakat. With the silver, we got you. Got you with the silver. Now you're paying now. You see, that's how it is. That's better for the poor, mashallah. Okay, and it's not going to take away from your wealth. Huh? No, 401k, that's different. I don't even have an answer for that one. I can't hear you. That's different. If a person have a business and a job, then he has, depend what business it is. So if 1 year go by on the business, every year that go by on that business when he started it, then he has to give the zakat on that business. I don't know what business it is. Is it clothing? Is it grocery store? Is it whatever? I don't know what business. It depends on his business. So that's different. We can discuss it another time. Now,
what is the amount of money that you have to receive zakat?
what's the amount of money that the person should have to receive the zakat? You have to be poor. One of them, poor or needy or miskin. That's why we refer you to the poor is the one who doesn't have nothing. Don't even have enough for 1 day. Don't have anything. The miskin, they say he have, but he doesn't have enough for the whole year. That's why some people, they have a job and they live in a place, they drive a car, and they may still qualify to be miskin. Because especially those people who they just have a job, but they just pay the bills. If they tell him, hey, man, like it happens sometimes, he go to work and like, oh, you didn't receive the letter? What letter? We send you a letter. Anyway, go to HR. And you go to HR and they say, well, because of the economy and this, we're downsizing, whatever, and you've been cut. You're not the only one, by the way, all right? 45 others, okay? Now that person, he have no job. Have no job meaning what? He was. He have no money to pay the rent. He have no money to feed his children. That person deserves the zakat. Not when he's fired. When he's fired, now he become a poor. He deserves it even more so. Even when he has a job, if you know somebody like that, he just go from one paycheck to one paycheck, they got nothing, man. Then yes, they are entitled. They're not going to come to you and ask you. Some people, they're not going to ask. But we need to know who they are. They're not going to come and tell you all this. Because some people, they have hayat, shyness. That's why Allah says about them, the person will think they are the richest. You'll find them in the community, they're the one who give sadaqah, and they bring in food and this. And you think, man, these men got money. They don't have. They have iffah. They have abstinence. Oh, wallahu a'lam, Shabir. One thing? Last time you say one thing and turn to three. What thing you're...
Nisab is said that 4,000 is
That's today. Only today. It goes up and down, yes.
If somebody has less than 4,000, still he wants to pay
Yes.
2.5%.
Ahsant. Na'am. The ulama, that's how it's going to come into that point. Yes, but if somebody has less than the nisab and they still want to give, he can give. He can give. Na'am.
Sheikh, like husband and wife earning, you have to pay separate zakah or like it's merit for jointly?
It depends.